Hello YouTube, it's a day ending in Y and once again I'm gonna drink a beer and it's a classic again, and in case you're wondering, we only have a few more hats left. The royal we only have a few more hats left. We will soon be recycling back into those, but sure, listen, bit of the fighting Irish, go on. So today's beer, like I said, it's a classic, so let's see it. One of the first craft beers I ever had, Galway Hooker. It is such a simple, standard pale ale, 4.3%. It's just been around for so long, and yeah, it's a classic. And so let's crack her open. So today was Monday, back at work, and yeah, it went pretty well. Had a coffee for a meeting over coffee via Google Hangouts earlier, which was kind of interesting. So first one I've done with a non-work person, if you know what I mean. It's not my office, it's in a work-related thing, which wasn't actually a co-worker. So that was kind of curious. And yeah, just keeping busy, getting stuff done, putting too much head in my beer. I have, by the way, at times in my history, poured beer fine, just clearly I get a bit of stage fright with the camera. Gentle is how I describe the aroma here. And so we're going to let this settle before we drink it, because come on, that's me, I've been ridiculous here. But yeah, no, this is like one of those beers which it's like sort of, when you're looking at sort of the early day beers, craft beer in Ireland, and with staying power, like you can't really go wrong with Galway Hooker. It's just a stable, solid beer. I'll explain why in a minute. But yeah, like, you know, a whole lot of us, we're getting used to this being the norm now, which is the next stage in what we're doing. And so, what do we do? Well, for starters, I gotta remember to shave more often than I have been. But beyond that, you know, it's just getting into your routine. Like tomorrow, I'm probably gonna iron some shirts. Why? Because feck it. I don't really wear shirts to work that often, but honestly, and this is dead serious thinking. I got like a load of white shirts there. Don't really worry about what happens to them, because again, I don't wear shirts that often. You know, or t-shirts and jumpers and hoodies, because most people I meet, you know, find large dude, intimidating enough as it is, throw a suit on and it's a bit more, so frick it. White shirt, I can get that covered in my lunch, it'd be fine. So let's have a sip of this. Ooh. If ever you want to say that flavor is just pure hops, you know, it's like, and I remember one of my earliest reviews for the business was saying that the hops is a flavor. It's like, hops isn't a flavor. It's like, trust me, hops can be a flavor. And this is definitely one of the ones where, you know, you kind of go, fair bit of hops in this. Yeah, decent bit of caramel as well, in fairness, in the finish. It's gentle bitterness, I'd call it. Not too dissimilar in that respect to the O'Hara's Irish Pale Ale from last night, although still a different flavour in its own right. This one, I'm definitely thinking pork chops. I actually had a bacon and chicken en croûte from Marks and Spencer's for dinner, in case you're curious, alongside Milano's dough balls, because like they were like less than half price in Tesco. Get in. So oddly not exactly the classiest combination, like, you know, bacon and chicken en croûte sounds so fancy, and then you put some dough balls from Milano's beside it. But hey, gonna do it. But yeah. Again, this is a beer, and you're even noticing the speed at which I'm getting through it. I'm gonna pour the last of the bottle in here, which will obviously put way too much head on for a second. Actually, it's not too bad. But, because I didn't get close to finishing it there, because I put so much freaking head on to begin with. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, nice, more, what colour we call it? Sort of golden, I suppose. Yeah, proper golden colour on this. Some of you might argue amber with the lighting. It depends really on how you look at it. I'm looking at it through my stage lamps here, and yeah, you can argue golden, you can argue amber. I've always thought it was one of the darker pale ales we've got in Ireland, regular pale ales, just to be clear, not IPAs. And yeah, no, it's a nice one. I remember back in UL years ago, an American buddy of mine, she was over on a Fulbright, and she just immediately goes to me, like in one of the supers, they have Galway Hooker here. It's kind of going, right, well, it's good to see a beer can make an impression on somebody. But yeah, our travel lodge in UL, when the nuclear bombs strike and the world is destroyed, somehow the travel lodge beside UL will be the last thing standing. Completely untouched as well. My God. That's quite a spot. But although apparently that's actually getting destroyed, isn't it, for some actual work from UL? That's eventually going to get when we're back actually doing stuff again in the streets. But yeah, so went out to Lidl to get some groceries earlier, and well, I decided that I needed to do something on the way to Lidl, and so went to one of the butchers locally, not Lawler's oddly, because I wanted to go to one of the ones near Lidl, and pre-made spice bag. So tomorrow night I'm going to make myself a spice bag in the pan. It just says put in the frying pan 7-8 minutes, should be all good. So going to have a spice bag, a home cooked spice bag, which would be different. But yeah, the beer, again, like, you know, this is one of the ones I'm kind of going, if you're getting someone starting off drinking craft beer, not starting off drinking in general, starting off drinking in general would be great. It actually is a good beer too. But yeah, someone starting off drinking craft beer who just isn't used to having the sort of extra bit of flavour in their mouth, it's a good starting point. And I think, again, it's a solid, reliable year-rounder. Like, you look at sort of Hope's Hop On, and it's definitely, you think, this is good year-round, but it's amazing in the summer. This one, I'm thinking more wintry months, cold weather. It's been sunny, but not too warm here in Dublin the last few days. So yeah, I think it'll go in for that. Anyway, on that note, the whole reason we're doing this is a reminder to you all is keep drinking Irish when you're supporting Irish craft beer. And we're going to have another great Irish craft beer tomorrow night. I will be running slowly to the end of my hat selection. And actually, I'll tell you why I'm wearing the hats before I do that. So one of the things when I go off on an assignment overseas, and particularly to basketball ones, but also for textive, I'm always wearing a cap of some kind. It was a flat cap for a long time. I've got the Nike baseball cap. Where are you? It's one of the caps, and it must be in the room. So my standard Jordan brand cap was the one I wear to a lot of basketball tournaments, and typically I just wear a cap when I'm doing an overseas assignment, and actually next to never wear them in Ireland, oddly. But yeah, it's just sort of one of the things I'm kind of going, right, well, life isn't normal now, so let's find something to adapt with. And also the thing is, I'm doing overseas assignments, you can only really bring the one cap. So it's kind of cool. And also on holidays as well, I bring caps in case you're curious. But I'm sure you really care about my headwear. But it's kind of great to have a reason to go through the selection here, you know, in my little home office and actually make use of it rather than it just being furniture. And sure, you know, it's great crack too. But listen, this is a good beer, well worth doing. I want you to keep supporting Irish breweries. Get buying Irish beer, drink Irish. Because we're going to be in this for a while, we know this. And listen, these breweries, you want them to still be there when we get out because they make some fantastic beers. And on that note, sláinte.